of course, you can outsource those to artificial intelligence, of course. But when it comes to conflict resolution, when it comes to your team management, when it comes to all that part, it's difficult for you to be able to use artificial intelligence to solve that. And let me ask a question here. What is the most valuable resource of any project manager? Anybody? 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 What is the most valuable resource of what of a project manager? Anybody? Anybody? Can anyone try? Anybody? Most.
Time.
Go ahead,
Time.
Emmanuel. Time, fantastic. Time is the most valuable resource. And that's why you always say for project must be to time and to what? To quality. Am I correct? To time and to what? And to quality. And this is what artificial intelligence does to ensure that what where the areas that just ordinarily going to be spending 3 to 4 to 5 hours, you end up spending close to like just about 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes even as low as 2 to 3 minutes. This helps you shift towards your focus and attention to where you know that what you need only human majority human intervention. All right, majority of human intervention. And we're also going to be discussing the limitations of the artificial intelligence itself. There's nothing that doesn't have limitations. All right. Take for example, you want AI to do risk assessment for you. You need to understand the limitations, because if not, it will only give you generic result, and generic results will not necessarily help you during the course of the project. And of course, the quality of the results that you get from artificial intelligence is tantamount to the quality of the input that you give to the generative tool that you're using, which of course we're going to be not discussing, but just recommending a few for you to go back to look into. All right. Take for example, you want to do a risk assessment on a project. You need to give it the information around the size of the project, the budget of the project, the stakeholder background, the nature of the project. All those information needs to be fed into this tool for you to be able to get a decent result from it. All right. And this is where the limitation comes in, and you need to understand the limitation and also pay more attention to it to be able to get quality quality results from these generative tool in itself. And of course, we're also going to be discussing the responsible use, of course, of the artificial intelligence itself. Let's not forget, whatever you put into the artificial intelligence becomes a public knowledge. Whatever you put in to the artificial intelligence becomes a public knowledge. All right. So you need to be careful with regards to what it is. And that's where responsible use of artificial intelligence comes in, where we talk about for the 2001 and the likes of it. All right. This is going to be an interesting session, and it will be great to get your full attention. And after this presentation, we will be open to discussing, get your key takeaways, get your recommendations, get your inputs, and any questions that you might want to ask. All right. Are we together? Are we together? Are we good to go? Are we good to go? Should we fire on? I just need like 5 to 10 people. Give me a show of hand and then we'll go ahead. All right. Show of hand and then we'll go ahead. Show of hand. Fantastic. I see 1, 2. I see 3. I see 4. How many people? I want to get 10. 5, 6. Go ahead. Go ahead. 6 now. I have 6. I need 10. I need 10. 10, 10. Can I get 10? Can I get 10? Can I get up to 10? I am only seeing 6. I'm only seeing 6. Can I get up to 10? So I know that you are not just on the call to log in. You're also on the call to listen and to learn. All right. Also on the call to listen and to what? And to learn. All right. I'm only still saying 6. All right. 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, I hand over to my very good friend, Mr. Segun Lawal. Are you there, sir? Go ahead. Thank you very much, distinguished. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Muiwa. Good to see you again. That was a very good one, great one. In fact, after you finish speaking, I said, what else will I say again? Okay, Okay, good to see everyone in the house. So excited to have this time. I mean, it's been a couple of AI around my life these days. So I'm just wondering, and um, how are we going to go about not using AI? Now, can I ask a question before we go as I try to share my screen? Uh, what's your view about AI? Generally, just write, type something in the chat box. Let's see. What's your view about AI? Is it nice? Is it crazy? Is it needed? Is it going to make us lazy? Is it going to make projects better? I mean, just type something. In the next 1 minute, we just run that. Let's have your views. What's your view about AI? Yes, let the chat keep coming. Yes, 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 yes. I've not seen any. AI is my PA. Thank you so much. I love that, Lola. Okay. It's definitely needed and helpful. Okay. Yes, yes, more chats, more chats, more chats. AI, what's AI to you? How do you see it? Um, what's your also view about AI? Is it a waste of time? AI is a smarter way to work. AI is important. Thank you, Timileyin. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Oluwaseun. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let it keep coming. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. 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 Um, yes, it's a must-have. Stella, that's brilliant. I love that. It's a must-have. AI is a must-have. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Okay. Um, so why did I ask that question? Um, okay, AI is amazing because it increases efficiency. AI is the next generation search engine. AI has come to stay. Paul, thank you. AI has come to make work better. Thank you, King Gato. Okay, please, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see.
Thank you so much. Please, can you read what is on the screen?
Yeah, optimizing project management with artificial intelligence.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So,
Smarter project, faster result.
excellent. You're there. You're there. Okay, so for the benefit of this course, thanks to Training Heights for this privilege and this time. We are rubbing minds together. This is not a who knows it more than who session, but it's just a time for us to reason, to learn. Where there are three approaches to learning. They say you learn, you unlearn, and you relearn. Optimizing project management with artificial intelligence. Smarter projects, faster results. Let me just have run a background. I'm sure many of us are used to this. Project management, according to PMI, defines project management as application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirements. I mean, according to the uh, PMBOK guide, project management body of knowledge. This means that project management is a structured planning. Now, so any other person can plan, but how structured is your plan and execution, not just getting things done, but doing them in a controlled, measurable, and repeated way. So that's just what project management is all about, according to the PMI. How to know if your organization is running according to PMI best practices. So this is like a short metrics for a workbook for you to rate your organization, your business, your projects, to know if there are red flags that show that there are gaps compared to PMI standards in your approach to project management. Number one, no clear project objectives. Now, this is the background where a lot of companies, projects get it wrong. When objectives are not set, then activities runs anyhow. So do you have clear project objectives, well stated? And in the course of identifying project objective, you need to be conscious of what we call what's that word in my head? what we call I mean the main focus of the project, which we can shift or change, which you have to be careful that to analyze. When you are not, when the objective is not well defined, then the activity is a waste of time. You know, your objectives must be well defined. The objective must be well defined. And that talks about, I'm trying to remember a particular word in business analysis that addresses that. I'll remember. So post stakeholder engagement. How engaged are your stakeholders? When there are a lot of conflicts around stakeholder management, know that there are red flags. These are red flags that you are not actually falling in line with the standard. So yes, what I was trying to remember is what we call context. Context. If you are not careful to manage your project context, your objective and your context might fall apart. So another thing is weak planning. I mean, most times because of the fire brigade approach in this part of the world, planning is poor. And someone once said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. There are no standard processes or tools. You know, most times there are no clear-cut SOPs, there are no well-structured frameworks and guidelines to how to we want to go about the project that can be repeated. Don't forget, then unclear roles and responsibilities. Now, this one does, the other one does this. It has affected delivery in a lot of projects. Scope creep. I mean, what project scope are we trying to look at, and what's our approach to the scope at a particular point in time? What about poor risk management? This is very important. I mean, Mr. Muya mentioned this earlier. Your approach to risk management, which is usually risk management, your risk appetite is usually determined by the top management. And then this shapes and frames the company's ideology around managing risk. Another thing is when there is no tracking or reporting, poor reporting, structure, lines, and then reporting formats, no tracking or reporting. The second to the last is focus on only delivering up benefits. You just want to get it done. You don't want to know the benefits we attain. You are not objective. You are just doing things to aim at the end goal. Another red flag is lessons not learned. I mean, you repeat a mistake here, and then we are about going to see the same mistake in another project. Now, the rise of AI in project management. Now, having looked at some of these challenges, artificial intelligence has helped to revolutionize how organizations plan and execute their projects, which enables them to achieve levels of efficiency and insight. Lest I forget, may I also tell you that you can be efficient and not effective, doing the right things and doing it the right way. So the rise of artificial intelligence is revolutionizing organizations' plan and how they execute and monitor projects. And let's look at one, market growth. The AI project management has, help markets. Project management market is projected to grow at a compound annual growth level. So at the end of the day, you will discover that artificial intelligence is largely contributing to how projects monitors growth level. It's also helping project management market is projected to grow at a compound annual growth of 16% through 2030. So in the year, by year 2030, we discover that there is market growth via project management. Now, it's artificial intelligence is changing the dynamics and the approach to how project effectiveness is being and efficiency is being achieved and coordinated. Okay, the rise of artificial intelligence in project management also addresses adoption rates. I mean, 70% of project professionals report the organization's project now use AI in project management, which helps to tell us that 70% of project professionals are now using AI as a tool. Let me also stress this at this point. AI is a tool. AI is not a structure. AI is a tool. If you are here with me, can you tell me what a tool is? If you can unmute your mic, what do you think a tool is? Anybody?
Yeah, a tool could be any object that makes your work more easier.
Good. Okay, excellent. Excellent. So if a tool makes your work more easier, can you give me an example, please?
All right. Let me give an example. An example is if we have let me use a level. This is a level for taking a measurement from maybe from one destiny to the other. But these days, because of AI, and then there is the laser one today that you can use to cover more distance. That make more work easier for you.
Excellent. Now, you see the example you used. Is it the tool that is working, or you are the one using the tool?
You are the one that is using the tools that is working.
So what determines the efficiency of the tool? Is it the tool or you?
It is the tools.
No, what determines the efficiency of the tool? Is it you using the tool, or the tool is determining its efficiency?
It is you using the tool.
So that's true.
Excellent. Can I tell us that artificial intelligence is not a replacement of your knowledge?
Yeah.
Yes.
It will only work based on how you instruct it and how you want it to work. So
yes.
It does not displace your own inputs. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. It has not come to displace your own input, because it is the data you input that will give you results.
Yes.
And so let's have that at the back of our minds. So we also need to know what we need to know in terms of our project, and then so that we can maximize the use of these tools. Okay. Another thing is competitive edge. Organizations adopting AI driven projects management see 71% improvement in their project outcomes. What does this mean? That of course you agree with me that in strategic management there are 3 C's: competitors, customers, and the corporation. That's your company. When your strategic plan is not effectively managed, your competitors will take advantage of your weaknesses. As going back to your SWOT analysis. So you have to understand that your competitive edge should be guided. AI is one of the ways you can improve on projects to have a better edge above your competitors, who might also be using other AI tools. So it helps you to keep you shaped in the competitive environment. Another thing is about innovation, forward thinking. Now AI is, it helps you, it's futuristic. We're going to see later in the slides how these different AI tools can help. It's futuristic. It can help you forecast. It can help you predict. So it's more sensitive to what is to come, which most time we are not being progressive in forward thinking. What are the challenges in traditional project management, the way we used to do it, or we're doing it without AI? And despite decades of methodologies, improvements, traditional project management approaches still face significant obstacles that impact delivery and outcomes. Number one is manual workload. Project managers spend up to 54% of their time on administrative tasks rather than strategic activities. I was trying to, as a consultant, I was advising an organization recently. I said, you guys, top management guys, are working like officers. The major things you're supposed to be thinking, which are strategic things, you are not focusing on them. You are just doing the major daily routine activities. There will be when there is manual workload. I mean, you're not thinking the future. You're just thinking basic work. Inaccurate forecasting. 66% of projects exceed their budget due to poor estimation techniques and limited predictive capabilities. Now, this is one of the strengths of AI, ability to predict, because it's very fast and swift to analyze data, so you can predict and forecast and say, oh, this is likely to be an endpoint the way we are going, or based on these trajectories. Resource allocation, inefficient resource management leads to what? 30% underutilization of or over allocation in typical projects. Now you discover that there's an imbalance. There's a workload on one direction, and there are limited work on or redundancy on the other side. Another thing is reactive risk management. Traditional approaches identify only 45% of potential risks before they impact projects. So, and this is very important. Risk forecasting is important in risk management, and artificial intelligence helps you to keep track of red flags, and the predictive nature of it helps you to look into identify bottlenecks, and identify areas that we might have challenges in the project. You can see project failure statistics of projects fall into 70%. They deliver all requirements, and then budget overruns 45%, and then schedule delays. 63% of projects fail to meet their timeline, because a lot of structure and operational effectiveness are not properly put in place. Now, AI solutions and technologies for project management. We will discover that modern project management leverages powerful AI technologies to transform how teams plan, execute, and deliver projects. Predictive analysis. AI algorithm analyze historical data to forecast project timelines and budgets. I was on a training that was trying to look at AI for human resource management for some West African. In fact, we had the workbook. This might interest you. We have delegates from Ghana, Gambia, all African countries, and then we had a workbook analysis that everyone had to analyze the approach to, or how well they are using AI in their organization, and we discovered that in most cases we have not even started. It's not even, the percentage of how well you have used it, or how efficiently or effectively you have imbibed it into your system is one thing. Now you have not even started using it at all. It's like asking somebody, what's your longest distance in driving? And person say, I don't even know how to drive. So that's where we find ourselves in most of this part of the West African world. And this is a call, thanks to Training Heights, steering us up to know how we can, at the end of this session, there are a lot of ways out to help us know how we can begin to introduce some of these elements and framework to our organization to help us enhance project management effectiveness and efficiency. So we're talking about AI solution for technologies for project management. We've look at predictive analysis. Now, workflow automation. AI, intelligent automation tools handle routine tasks. Some things you do regularly and continuously from time to time. It's being handled.
Sorry, we can't hear you again if you are still speaking. Hello, sir. Are you still there?
I think he's having a network failure.
Yeah, I think he's having network issues. So let's just hold on for him for a bit and can
Yeah, sure.
continue. I apologize for that.
Sure.
Anyway, are you sure it wasn't an AI that came to us earlier on and it went off?
All right, so sorry about that. I don't know. I think Mr. Shego is having issues with his internet. So sorry, I just had to rush back into this meeting. Let me in fact, I should just hand over this session to Madam Nilola because she's an expert. She's an expert in this area of work. But let me just if you can see my screen. Can you all agree with me with regards to this classification?
We can't see your screen.
Yes, I can see your screen from this answer.
I can see your screen also.
All right. Okay. So can you see what do you see classifying project management activities by AI automation potential? Can you see this? Can you see this? All right.
Yes.
So do you all agree with me here? Which one do you not agree with?
I'm sorry, I can't see your screen. Maybe I have to log out and log in again.
Oh, okay. Who else cannot see? Who else can see? Who else cannot see? Who else can see? For those who can see, do you agree with me here? Anyone? And tell me why you agree and tell me why you disagree. You can feel free to unmute because I might not be able to see your chats because I'm actually on full screen. Feel free to unmute and let's have your thoughts. Anyone here?
Yeah,
Hello,
so
hello.
for me, I can, I would, not that I would, I can agree with this because there are some things that AI is not programmed to do, especially when it comes to this aspect. For example, when it comes to where the human is required, the conflict resolution, AI cannot resolve a dispute between two parties because
Yes,
if you
I'm
put
saying
it to AI,
I'm saying which one do you disagree with? Is there anyone
okay,
you
okay.
disagree with here?
Oh no, then no, I don't disagree. I mean everything is
Okay. Any other person? You know, like I earlier mentioned, Mr. Emmanuel, right? If I'm not mistaken, mentioned when I was asking, I said, what is the number one important of most important of most valuable resource of any project management is what a project manager is time, and how do you manage time? And that's where artificial intelligence comes in when it comes to scheduling and time generation. I was looking at a particular what's it called video with regards to a project manager and how he did an excellent job with regards to how he provides up on the spot status reports. When you say on the spot status reports using Copilot, I was marveled. I was like, wow. What he did was he just for the project in itself. Take for example, I think it was a project around I think it was a migration project, IT migration project from the office. Is it their Outlook now? Is it Exchange? Yeah, I think it was Exchange. And he created a folder for it. And all the emails or the correspondence was going in straight into that folder. So whenever management, top management requests for status reports, all he just does is just carries the entire folder, dumps it into Copilot, and it generates that on the spot report based off of all the correspondence that has happened, even in real time, as in it's marvelous. And you can imagine the number of hours and the disappointment in the event that you're even asking. When they say it's something that is on the spot report, status report, it brings out like a full comprehensive documentation with containing the report up until date. And it was mind blowing, and you can see the effect of what artificial intelligence can actually do. Not only for optimization, but it even makes you look good. It makes you look, helps with promptness and everything. Look at around the data analysis and performance tracking. You can use a lot of tools. If you look at let me quickly see if I have a particular here. Yes, fantastic. Look at the recommended AI tools that we have: Asana, ClickUp, or Microsoft Copilot. I didn't even know it was here. And Gemini and ChatGPT. A lot of people use ChatGPT like they use Google. And I always tell them, I say, you know what? It's the quality of your prompts that determines the result that you get and how you use these things. It's very important that you understand, and that's why there's even a particular course that is called prompt engineering. If you do not know how to utilize or how to prompt your AI, you would definitely not get a very quality result out of it. Let me go back here and say the risk identification. There's a lot of limitations around this. A lot of people will say that I used the AI for risk identification, but it gave me something very, very funny that I ended up using and it didn't work. It's just because you did not provide a appropriate context or input into the generative tool. AI it can only give you it can only give you information based off of what you have put into it. It's just like going to the doctors and saying I'm not feeling too well. The doctor will ask you, do you have running stomach? Are you having headache? Are you having this and that? I'm not sure AI will do that for you. When you say I'm having a headache, AI will just give you sorry, I'm not feeling fine. Will give you a list of possible things that it's the generic. Because you have asked the generic questions, it will give you a generic result. And that is why sometimes when people say that I can use AI, it depends on how best you can use AI. And that is the takeaway that I want every project manager here to go with. Number one is how to use the AI in itself by understanding the right prompts to use. Now, exposing yourself to a number of AI tools that you can use. And you know, that's why I put a few here around the Asana, Copilot, ClickUp. There are a lot of, there's GenSpark, there's a lot of AI tools that you can leverage. And it's your proficiency in the use of these AI tools that distinguishes you from a project manager and an AI proficient project manager. As in their way, and the difference will be in the time and the quality of the work that you both produce. That will be the differentiating factor. All right, that will be the differentiating factor around and that. Look at it, advantages and the limitations. Data dependency, I mentioned that before. Is the quality of the data that you put in that will determine what? That will determine the quality of the results that you will get from it. The quality of the data that you put in that will determine the quality of the results that you would get. All right. And yes, this particular one is very interesting. You know, I was telling a lot of people, I say, you know, when there's a principality in your project, maybe it's one stakeholder, maybe it's the secretary to the management. You know, there was one project like that I was opportune to be on remotely at some point in time in my life, and it was a project of on Sophos. And part of the thing that Sophos was going to do was two things. Number one was to ensure that the bandwidth that the organization was using was adequately monitored. You know, a lot of ISPs will tell you that I'm giving you 20 Mbps, I'm giving you 15 Mbps. And at the end of the month, throughout the entire month, you just find out that, you know, something is slowing down, something is not working, there's a downtime here and there and all that. But Sophos will give you like an end of month report that says that during this month, this was the throughput that you got at X, Y, and Z. This you can use to challenge the ISPs to say that, okay, what we paid for was not what we got. And luckily for you, if you have an SLA that frowns or that centers around that, then of course you have a case. All right. And number two, the other thing that it was going to do was to ensure that during the working hours, people that were customer facing were given some, you know, some preferences when it comes to their internet speed, so they can give them about 10 Mbps to 15 Mbps, and the people at the back end, people like the principality that I was talking about, the secretary to the manager, to the chairman, we're giving her about 2 Mbps. This woman comes in the morning and all she does is, after our guy is not around, she just opens her YouTube and she starts to watch Yoruba film. And because of the fact that we started giving her 2 Mbps, because we felt that what you were doing was almost inconsequential when it comes to internet usage, we gave her 2 Mbps. It's like, wow, well done. And you think that this project will fly. You know, AI cannot help you with such people. You have to be able to, that is where your emotional intelligence comes in. All right. And a lot of other things like that. And that's why they say that it's the irreplaceable human factor. They are irreplaceable human factors that there is no way AI can help you with. And of course, we talked about the risk and ethical consideration of adopting AI. A lot of people will just carry company data, company document, and just dump it onto AI. AI will give you the result, of course. It will definitely give you the results. You ask for, you work in a bank, for example, and you're working on a project, and the project speaks around, you know, understanding the demographics of people that do a lot of banking, a lot of high deposits within a certain period of time. Say in the morning from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and of course from 1 p.m. to maybe 8 p.m. or something along those lines. And in terms of demographic between 18 to 30, from 30 to 60 or something along, and you decide to pull what's the thing called reports or the data directly from the database of the organization, and you lump it into, or you put it into AI to say that you determine the highest in terms of the people that made the highest deposit in terms of age, in terms of gender, in terms of maybe profession or something like that. Of course, based on the information, very rich information, right? Which contains their dates, their age, their this and that, sometimes even their BVN, and unluckily for you, their phone numbers and email address, and you just carry and you lump it into AI. AI will give you that information. But just know that, of course, that information is also available to every other person who is looking to leverage that same generative tool that you just used. All right, and that's why a lot of people would generate their own AI bots and then teach it. That's where you have the AML, machine learning, right? And of course, they use all those to train their own AI agents. So that all the information that they're going to be sharing with their AI agents sits within their own infrastructure. And that's why it's very important. They say with every innovation comes what vulnerabilities. And of course, we have to be intentional with regards to how the ethical use of artificial intelligence. There's a standard for it. There's a standard for ethical use of artificial intelligence, which is ISO 42001. Of course, so this is intentional because, of course, they have seen the dangers in unethical use of artificial intelligence. All right, unethical, people use it sometimes out of desperation, out of a lot of things. But when you have ethical, when you have controls put in place within the organization, a lot of organizations, there's no way you can even upload onto AI. There's no way you can even what's it called, spin up any AI on within that what's that thing called, within the network. It won't even allow you to do it. Those are the people that are beginning to put controls with regards to the usage of artificial intelligence. In a nutshell, it's a great initiative. It's something that everybody needs to know. It's not a nice to have in this age and time, because it is what differentiates you from being an excellent project manager. Gone are those, the traditional way will not cut it anymore. And that is the difference between effectiveness and an efficiency. So in transitioning from being an effective project manager to being an efficient project manager is the proficiency in the use of artificial intelligence. I'd like to get thoughts. I'd like to get opinions. I'd like to get inputs around this, what you're thinking, what your thoughts are around the use of artificial intelligence for project management practices in itself. All right, anyone, anybody? All right. Madam Nilola, go ahead, ma.
Thank you so much. Honestly, you've done justice to these, and you've been able to touch on one of the things I wanted to contribute. So just to also mention that as much as there are project managers here, there are some that are freelance project managers, right? I'd like to encourage you not to use the free AI tools, because just like Muyiwa said, what you put in is exposed to everybody. So everybody has access to your information, right? Try as much as possible to buy the subscription-based one.
Yes,
I mean, it's for you, right? That's for those of you that are not working in an organization where you can build your own LLM, you can build your own AI, for your organization. That's one. Number two, I want to shatter the table, break tables, and I want to be a devil's advocate this afternoon. So can we go to slide 4? I know that, yes, in slide 4, we've seen areas where, there's AI and there's human. And I'm saying, can we think without the box? Can we think the next 5-10 years? Because if you look at team leadership under human required and conflict management and change management, I dare to say that it can be automated. And let me give you a reason why. As a matter of fact, I dare to say everything on human required can be automated, because I want us to start thinking the next 5 years and not think as Africans, right? Because some of us, maybe in the next meeting, we are all out of this country and we are working in maybe Europe, where they are so crazy about AI, right? Now, assuming you work in, look at what happened to Amazon. Amazon replaced all its workers, right, with machine. So when you have a project where you need to distribute something in the machine, in the distribution portfolio, chain, business chain, are you telling me that you need human there? No, because there's no leadership team and motivation there. They're all machines. Remember, let's look at stakeholder engagement. There's no stakeholder engagement there. They're all machine. Strategic thinking is the prompt that you put in. So the strategic thinkers are not the people that put the prompts inside the robot to say, do this, do this. I need you to go to line A, pick up that shirt, put it on line B where you can fold the shirt and put it in a carton and all of that, right? Look at what's happening in China right now. If you park your car in an illegal place, the robot goes under your car to pick your car out and put it somewhere else. Are you telling me that you need a human in that kind of a place? You can imagine if you have a project manager thinking of how they can restructure parking space. You know what I mean? So change management, of course, that can be easily automated end to end, as a matter of fact, you know, and you can have AI do that. You know, you're talking about complex. So we should start thinking of what is because for me, right, I'm imbibing AI into my cybersecurity knowledge, right? And I'm thinking crazy. I'm thinking you don't even want to imagine my thoughts. And the reason is because it's going to happen, whether we like it or not. It might be 10 years, it might be 5 years, but it's going to happen. How are you prepared, right? How are you prepared for that situation? So right now, yes, it's great, you know, yes, ethical judgment and all of that. Who says that some people not sitting down somewhere and saying, look, how can we make AI? Because right now, I mean, my research is around AI ethics, right? And some people are sitting down to say, how can we make AI ethical? How can we make it close to perfect? As much as it has its own negativity, right? But how can we make it close to perfect such that when I apply for a job at training height, right, I am not being profiled because I'm a girl. I'm not being profiled because I'm black. I'm not being profiled because I'm Nigerian and all of that. All those things are being put there, and there's improvement every day. So I'm sorry, but I just want us to start looking at it from that perspective. This is great. This is amazing for now. But for the next 5 years, what's going to happen? Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And of course, it is something that everybody has challenged at some point in time. But I also want us to be mindful of this particular play, which is potential bias. Whether we like it or not, AI also has its limitation, and one of those major limitations is that bias. It's a machine, so there is always a vulnerability, and when it comes to this area, and it's this can be leveraged. This can be just like human, but you know, sometimes do you want to put more faith in terms of the bias level when it comes to human or when it comes to machine? And that is why those areas, it's always it's a tricky thing. It's a gray area. But like you said, like you rightly said, it's something that in the future, it's something that in the future will definitely these things they grow, they develop, they improve, and there's constant improvement, continual improvement. 10 years ago, the artificial intelligence that we know 10 years ago is different from the artificial intelligence that we know now. The artificial AI that we know now definitely will be way different in terms of what we will know in the next even not even 10 years, in the next 5 years. All right. I was watching the news today, and I was seeing where you can you wear Googles and you wear a wristband, and you're automatically on the move. You're operating your computer, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. So you know, it is happening. It is happening, and it will keep getting better. But also, like you said, it's good that you also clearly highlighted the ethics and the concerns around artificial intelligence, and of course, how we have to be mindful with regards to those ethical concerns. Thank you very much, Madam Neil. Always great to have you here. Always great. Thank you very much, ma, for that very salient and very important input, and of course your recommendation. Thank you very much. Who else? Anybody else? Anyone? I think I saw Ima. Go ahead. Ima, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. I think you have really delivered very well. You have delivered very excellent and more grace. And our sister has also delivered very well. Yeah. But you see, just as what she has said, explained very well. I think artificial intelligence works like human being. In my personal research I have done, you see, even among we the human, let's look at at times we behave crazily or out of sense. So,
Impulse.
In fact, yes, personally, looking at how artificial intelligence works is not different from we human beings. At times, the way we can behave towards our colleagues, even at work, in fact, a whole lot. But the only difference is that we have created it, so we can control. We can be a way of controlling it. Yes, I think this is one thing we can do. Now, I want to, during your delivering, I have sat down to just look at this. And you mentioned of looking at the focus of the whole thing. Now, you notice that the West are developing very fast. And then the next one compared to the Asians, because when we look at the West, in fact, when you look at their motive of development, it's almost like they are very far ahead. Looking at the African perspective, I think in Africa we have a slow way of adopting, looking at things. So to me, looking at what your company, your institution is doing, in fact, the African mindset, we really have to bring a lot of people together, especially with the youth together, educate us more, and then for us to grab it in order to work with it. So we have a long way to go. And I will urge our sister that just as she's doing, she should also carry us along the line so that we can move together. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sure she will. I'm definitely sure she will. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Enyade, you wanted to say something? Go ahead. Go ahead. Enyade Adeyemi, I can see your mic is unmuted. Are you there? Are you there? Any other inputs? Any other inputs? Anybody? Benga, anybody? So we can bring this to a beautiful close. Yes, Madam Nila says Africa is better. Africa is better than Canada when it comes to AI adoption. Wow. Okay. All right. Good. I'm a local man, so I might not be able to do that. I might not be in the best position to do that benchmarking, but I'm sure you do. All right. We put our faith in email as against sending out letters to post office. Great, 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 great. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Go ahead, ma'am.
Can I just chip in? Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
So, I know you talked about, adoption is slow and all of that in Africa. Remember, that when mobile phone came into Africa, right? Let me use, for instance, Nigeria, and I apologize to all the other African countries, that are here on this call. When it came to Nigeria, right, it was initially for the elite. Before we knew it, it was open to everybody, and the adoption rate was crazy. MTN had to come immediately to Nigeria to set up, I think they had the biggest customer at some point. I don't know about now in Nigeria. So that's how, Africans are. I mean, if you want to learn artificial intelligence, the worst place you should go to is, Canada, North American parts. But when you go to Europe, you would learn. Even here in Nigeria, you would learn as well. So for me, I think that honestly, we're doing very well and we can do better. But we should not say to ourselves, oh, this thing may not last. Trust me, this thing has come to stay. I've seen documentaries, I've read books, I've seen things that are so crazy. Even the founders of AI that started in 1950 something are scared at the rate and the pace at which we're going. So if we relate that back to the project management, for everywhere you are, I would like to encourage everyone that always do continuous reading. Especially after looking at gaps where AI can take up your job or replace your job if you don't conform or if you don't know how to do it. Best bet, I'll tell anybody, I don't know when you're going to do another session, training height on data analysis. Everybody should be a data analyst so that you can at least build in your own corner. Let's not wait until Elon Musk starts selling robot wives for our men at $5,000. Before we know it, all the women are displaced. Things like that are going to happen. I'd rather want to have a wife that will not ask me, why are you going to club again today? You know, than have a human being. So you can see the replacements. But if I put myself as a woman in that position to say, okay, I'm ready to compete, or I'm ready to use AI to help me. So I'll say, oh, husband, let's have an AI that will cook and clean. I'll do the other jobs at home. You know what I've done? I've been able to use AI to enhance, you know, my activity as a wife, as against, oh, I just sit down there and say, oh, AI is going to take my husband. And of course, AI will take the husband, right? So I just want to say that to encourage us. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ma'am Lola. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right. Anybody? All right. In that, it's 1 o'clock. In that case, I would like to thank everyone here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's always a very interesting session when it comes to artificial intelligence, and you can never overflog the importance and the need for it in our everyday life. It's all around us now, whether we like it or not. It's all around us. And like Madam Minola rightly said, it's in every career, every discipline. You have to just figure out in which way. Do not be caught unawares. Do not be caught unawares. You know, it's AI is everywhere. Sometimes I open my YouTube, I open my Instagram by the virtue of the types of things that I search for. It's always one AI tool or the other, and I do a lot of work in ensuring that I look through, at least at the very high level, the ones that I find very interesting. I try as much as possible to gain more knowledge around it. It will interest you to even know that the slide that I'm using is AI generated, and I actually did that within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, as I think about 11:45, before 12 o'clock, I just decided to put some prompts, and it gave me that very beautiful slide, which happened. Imagine I were to quickly do it. It would take me at least about an hour to 2 hours to put those things together. And I even doubt I will get that quality within that period of time. But of course, like I said, you have to just ensure that you understand which parts you are looking, which areas you can leverage AI to help you with efficiency in your work, in your everyday work. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an amazing time with you, and I look forward to having much more sessions around this conversation with you in the near future. The recordings will be made available to everybody here, and we might be able, out of the abundance of our hearts, give some very interesting people here an AI certification examination. Let me look at let me give bombastic side eyes. I mean, let me say some of my colleagues here are already giving me some bombastic side eye that you want to do giveaway. But yes, I want to. So let me do this. All right, let me do this. The first 5 people to send me to drop their full names on this on this chat. How do I do it? How do I do it? Okay, let me just do this. All right. I'm dropping. I'm dropping my my email address on the group. That's my email address on the group. The first 5 people to join, to send me a thank you via email will get the AI Foundation certification examination. And my colleague on the call, let me now. Okay, my colleagues are chatting me already. They are harassing me already. They said that's very unfair. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay, one of my colleagues is saying that if you join our community, our Trainite community, for everyone that joins our Trainite community, they will get a free certification exam. For everyone that joins our TH community on WhatsApp, we'll get the free foundation certification. I think Favor already has dropped that on the group. So if you check on the chat, you will see the link that allows you join our TH community, and it's a very wonderful community where a lot of information, a lot of promotions, a lot of discounted offers that TrainNight offers is shared on the group. A lot of very, what's that thing called? A lot of knowledge sharing is also happens on the group. And a lot of encouragement, especially for professionals who are looking to upskill, is also urge you to be a part of that wonderful community. So for everyone that joins the community, you will get a free certification exam for artificial intelligence. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure having you all here, and I look forward to many more conversation. Special thanks to Madam Nilola for always being here for us. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, and do have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Miwa. And also, before you leave, you can just, join or follow us on our social media page on Instagram at Training Night, on LinkedIn at Training Night, and on Twitter, on X at Training Night also. So do well to follow us on all those social media handles, and you see what we post regularly, our offers and everything that we post regularly. So thank you once again for taking time out of your busy schedule to join this call. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Once again, the handles are Instagram at Training Heights, LinkedIn at Training Heights, and X, Twitter at Training Night. And also, yes, someone just told me we also have a TikTok account at Training Night also.